2016. Storm Lake derrotó a Humboldt 17-1, Martínez anotando 4 goles y bueno, pues a ver, sí se puso muy bueno. Este año tienen una nueva regla, nomás pueden ganar 10 puntos, entonces si llegamos a 10, bueno, pues hay que terminar el partido. So now back to you, Tanner. You know, just want to talk a little bit about the last meetings and looking forward to this matchup.
Very well said. We are underway here at Tornado Stadium in Storm Lake, controlling the opening tap, and it's going to be Awad 2 playing it back on net to Ventura, and he sends it back out toward midfield as Storm Lake looks to set up with the attack. It'll be Rios on it, and he's going to play it back, and it'll be Mulgay on it. He looks to control as Humboldt trying to hem Storm Lake in their own side of the field. It'll be Rios back and controlling, sends it to Mulgay on the left side. Just underway here at Tornado Stadium. And we're about a minute into the game. Is coming across, looking to bring across center and got poked away momentarily. And Martinez had it ripped away from him and trying to come away with it is going to be Gonzalez for Humboldt. Brings it back into his own end and pushes this one forward, taken away. Awad 2 on it for the moment. Remember, he's a converted forward, comes up and attacks, plays a deep ball into the Humboldt end, but Humboldt's on it first. Battling for the ball, it's going to be Rezillas, pumped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Storm Lake. And a throw-in's going to come from down the Humboldt end. It's going to be Jacob Scully taking it for the green and white. Scoreless game just underway as he gets it into Duque, the team's leading scorer from a year ago. Martinez with it, dishes back to Mulgay, looking to come up and attack. He's going to do a lot of that tonight from his defensive position. It's going to be Martinez with it, bring it across. He'll play it back for Mulgay near the center line. Mulgay with Gonzalez on him, ever dangerous, and he was their leading scorer from a season ago. Tried to feed a ball ahead for Rodriguez, got poked away and cleared out by the Humboldt sweeper. Mulgay back on it near midfield, and that one's a little bit too much on the touch, got by Awad 2, and Storm Lake's back on top of it with Scully. Scully plays this one through for Rezillas, gets behind the defense, one man beat, looking in, shot goal! Gerardo Rezillas with the first goal of the season for Storm Lake. It comes a minute 58 seconds into it.
Y bueno, pues a ver, apenas vamos empezando aquí la acción, apenas va 1 minuto y 19 segundos y bueno, pues a ver, los tornados acaban de anotar ahí. Gerardo Rosiles, número 19, acaba de anotar ahí. Bueno, pues ahora Storm Lake ganando 1-0, pero todavía nos queda bastante partido aquí. Apenas, como les digo, 38 minutos nos quedan en este tiempo. Entonces, a ver, le vamos a regresar aquí a la acción. Está escuchando en stormlakeradio.com.
It is Gerardo Rezillas with a goal, assist for Jacob Scully. Time of the goal, 1:58. Storm Lake leads at 1-0. Rezillas, 17 goals a season ago, committed to play at Cornell following this season. And Storm Lake back on top of it, had it poked away, and now Martinez will dish it on over to Duque. Duque sidesteps the defender, touches it back to Martinez as he brings it across. Martinez back for Duque, looking to play back, looking for a cut. They put a double team on him, and he plays it back into his own end to Lamar Mulgay. Mulgay will push this one back for Nunez. Nunez, a team sweeper, will dish to the right back. That's Awad 2 converted forward. He'll find Scully. Scully with a touch, sidestepped a defender, now tried to center a pass, got poked away, and Humboldt is back on top of it with Gonzalez. They'll look to play this one back out towards center. Nearly poked away, and now a loose ball. Humboldt once again back on top of it. Gonzalez, and you're going to hear his name a lot. He's all over the field. Place this one over towards center. Storm Lake is on it with Rios. Rios will dish this one past Geisberg, and this one's going to go steering out of bounds. Last touch by Storm Lake. And Humboldt's going to throw it in from just to the left of their own bench. Storm Lake leading 1-0. 36-49 to play here in half number 1. Storm Lake on it immediately. And it's going to be Duque dishing this one on over to Rios, who lost the touch, and that'll go steering out of bounds. They say it was poked out off a Humboldt foot, so Storm Lake keeps possession. And ready to do the honors, throw it in, is going to be Rezillas. Finds Duque now back to Rezillas. Looks to feed it, but Metzger got a foot on it. It's going to be taken away by Humboldt. Storm Lake with it, back on top in the Humboldt end. Rezillas will dish this one back to 2. 2 looking to push it forward. Into traffic, it's Rezillas who has the game's first goal, and it hops the foot of Scully, goes out of bounds, and Humboldt's going to throw it in.
Y bueno, pues también nomás quiero hacer una nota aquí, nomás queremos dar las gracias a todos los patrocinadores que están ayudando a hacer esto posible, ¿verdad? Digo, en realidad es algo un honor estar aquí con ustedes, estar transmitiendo este partido para todos los padres que quizás no puedan venir aquí al juego. Sé que es algo frío, pero bueno, pues si no se pueden dar la vuelta aquí, les queremos dar las gracias a Frank's Auto Repair aquí en Storm Lake, a ver su mecánico de confianza. Recuerden de visitarlos, están localizados en el 201 West Railroad Street. También pueden llamar al 712-660-2536. Muchas gracias a Frank's Auto Repair por ayudar en este segmento. También quiero mandar un gran saludito para los amigos de la pupusería La Original, abierto los 7 días a la semana, de las 9 de la mañana hasta las 8 de la noche. A ver, muchas gracias a ellos, localizados en el 516 West Milwaukee. También puede llamar al 712-749-9928. Esos nomás son unos de los que están ayudando. Ahora todavía tenemos una lista bien grande aquí de todos los negocios latinos que están ayudando a hacer esto posible.
So Rodriguez with the ball as he plays this one back to Martinez. He'll work it back. And Storm Lake looking to attack up the right side with Seasons. Seasons will find 2 in the center of the field into a double team. 2 plays this one through. It'll be Resillas right on top of the goal box. Rips a shot, but it goes steering high and wide. And that ball's out of play. A 1-0 lead for Storm Lake as we hit the 35-minute mark here in half number 1. It was Resillas from Scully, the game's first goal. And the first of the season for the Green and White, who come in ranked 3rd in Class 2A. And looking to continue that. Joel Osborne is the starting netminder for Humboldt, 0-1 record, 377 goals against average, and a 714 save percentage. He took the loss Monday night when Humboldt fell to Greene County 4-3 in overtime. Rios with the ball, taken away by Estepana, and that's going to be kicked away, and we'll see who has it. Going to stay with Storm Lake. They say it was deflected off of Estepana, and we're going to have a throw-in coming from about the center of the field. It's going to be Rios to do the honors. Storm Lake on top, taking on Humboldt in a non-conference battle here on a clear, albeit chilly day in Storm Lake. It's going to be sent back to Nunez, and Nunez will cross it back toward his own goal box, and 2 is going to track it down for the Green and White, and he'll bring it up the right wing side with Storm Lake leading 1-0. Resillas had the goal a minute 58 into it. Duque with it near to the center of the field, got poked away and taken away Humboldt, but Martinez is right back on top of it. He plays it back to Duque with Estepanian trying to get on top of it. He'll play it back to 2. 2 looking to bring it up the right wing side. He'll put a boot into it and flip the field. Sent all the way down. Now it's race for the ball, and it's going to be cleared out of bounds. Rios was coming up and attacking. Really only one play for Max Mason that time, and was to get the clear out. Storm Lake right back on top of it, looking to throw it in quickly and attack. Duque will dish this one coming up to Rodriguez. He's taken down just shy of the box, and Storm Lake was looking for a flag, did not get one. Coming in, it's Season's going to dish it back in. Hop the stick, the foot, I should say, of a Humboldt defender, but went right on net to Osborne, who was there to gobble it up. Osborne last season had a 299 goals against average, 763 save percentage. Didn't play the field, and he had 2 assists. He's one of only 5 Humboldt players from a season ago that recorded a point last season, either a goal or an assist. That ball goes steering out of bounds as it was deflected off of Humboldt. And Storm Lake is going to do the honors, throwing it in the Humboldt end. It's going to be Rodriguez looking to sidestep a defender. Rodriguez bringing it back. He'll play this one out toward the center. It's going to be Martinez with it. He plays this one back. It's going to go to 2, and 2 continuing to work it back with Estepanian trying to get on top of it. Martinez has it again, the center of the field, looks to cross it for Seasons. Seasons coming up the left wing side, dishes this one across. Coming in, Duque looking with space, had it hop his foot, able to regain it. Now a battle for the ball and able to bring it back out. Humboldt got on top of it with Lucas Wolf. Wolf battling Duque for it, and he got poked out of bounds. We'll see who this is off of. It's going to stay with Storm Lake in the right wing side. 32 minutes to go in half number 1, and a 1-0 lead for Storm Lake. We'll have a kick coming from the side as Storm Lake's got to flood the box. Looking for a header, any kind of a bounce. It's a low line driver. Resillas on it first, got poked away from him, and Humboldt's going to get the clear back out toward the center of the field. Waiting and looking to establish possession. Now booted right back in is going to be Nunez. Got deflected away by a Humboldt foot for a moment. Storm Lake right back on it, chip it across. It's got to be Rodriguez coming in right wing side, finds Duque. Duque sidestep one defender, couldn't get it by a second, but he's back on top of it and regains it, looking to curl around. Duque, left foot pass, it's going to go to Martinez. Martinez back for Mulgay. Mulgay on the left wing side, the Humboldt end. Tries this one for Seasons, looking to come up and attack. Seasons dishing this one down, got poked away by Wolf, and he's going to send this one back out toward Estepanian. Estepanian's on it, poked away from him, and it's going to be Mulgay back on top of it. He'll find Skelly. Skelly coming across. A couple of defenders swarm him, and Estepanian's back on top of it. Now Dysberg looking to get the clear. Back out toward the center of the field. It's going to be Nunez on it. Nunez looking to tap this one across. Nunez trying to split a couple of defenders, got poked away by Metzger, but kept right back in by Seasons and Storm Lake. Storm Lake on top, 1-0 as we near the 30-minute mark. Martinez splits a couple of defenders, coming in left side, looking, dish to the side. Now coming in, looking, sharp angle shot, no, and a diving save made by Osborne. He gets back on top of it. Well, for Storm Lake so far, they're attacking and the field has been tilted for the most part. A 1-0 lead for the green and white. Nunez with it, and his errant pass is going to be taken away by Estepanian, taken right back by Two. Two had it poked away from him by Estepanian, but then Nunez back on top of it. Here comes Storm Lake looking to reset once again, leading 1-0 at the 30:08 mark of half number 1. Storm Lake and Humboldt, the season opener for the green and white, second game of the year for Humboldt. Off the head of Scully, then off the head of Geisberg. Played back out and deflected away. Now a battle for the ball and dished on over to Torres. Torres looking to set up a Humboldt attack. Stretch pass was too far, and it goes off the foot of Seasons, and then back off another Humboldt foot out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Storm Lake. Like the pace of play so far.
Apenas no nos han pasado unos 10 minutos, estamos exactamente en 30 minutos se nos queda en este tiempo. Lo que hemos notado ahorita en los últimos, puedo decir unos 8 minutos creo, de esos 10 minutos, la pelota ha estado en el lado de Humboldt. Los Tornados están haciendo muy buen trabajo ahí en eso, mantener la pelota en este lado. Sé que ustedes no lo pueden mirar aquí ahorita, pero bueno, pues a ver, tenemos a Gerardo Rosiles, el que anotó el primer gol. Ha tenido 2 oportunidades, estaba muy cerca, entonces a ver, digo, ahorita la pelota la han mantenido muy bien en este lado de la cancha, entonces Storm jugando muy bien ahorita, digo, estoy muy impresionado en las cosas que están haciendo.
Martinez with it. He'll play it on back to Mulgay, who sidesteps a defender that was coming in and looking to make the slide tackle. Now he pushes this one far down into the Humboldt end, bumped off the play, and able to shield him that time was Martinez as they try to get Rios, but Max Mason with the nice defensive play to poke it out of bounds, and Storm Lake is going to throw it in from the side. They'll get this one into Martinez, 2 defenders all over him. Cleared out by Volpe, but not far enough as Duque's back on top of the Humboldt end. Duque looking to sidestep a couple of defenders. Bringing this one back out to the top, now kick it to the wing for Rios. Rios looking with Mason on him, sidesteps him to the center of the field. Now looking to split a couple of defenders. They play this one on back, looking, ripping a shot, low and on the ground and covered up by Osborne. And Storm Lake once again continuing to pepper the net, but Osborne has been equal to the task in many of the opportunities here first. Since he let the first shot on goal go by, he has made the most of it since. Rolls this one out to his defenseman where Storm Lake promptly takes it away. Duque back with it, splits a couple of defenders and tried to thread the needle to feed Rios, but it got poked away by Lucas Volpe. Played back out to the center of the field, hopped the foot of Mulgay, but he's back on top of it before Estepanian can. It's going to be Nunez back to Mulgay, and Mulgay back for Nunez, the team sweeper. Nunez, the Wartburg commit, will play this one up the right wing side for Scully. Scully playing this one back to Two. Two, the Iowa Central commit, his first season playing defense, as this one's going to be poked away by Humboldt, but regained by the green and white and Mulgay. Mulgay bringing it across the center of the field. Here comes Two up the right wing side for Scully. Touch pass Duque, now right back to Scully, gets behind the defense coming in. One more stretch pass and it's going to be taken away by Volpe and cleared by Humboldt. Maybe a little too unselfish that time by Scully. Here comes Duque coming in as he gets it right back. Touch pass for Rosiles, whips a shot, and that one cleared. It went in. He got the goalie Osborne out of position, and Rosiles was able to get it through once again. I think Rosiles, right?
Y bueno, pues les quiero nomás anunciar que Rosiles acaba de anotar otra vez el segundo gol del partido. Bueno, pues ahora todavía nos quedan 27 minutos aquí en este tiempo. Los Tornados van ahora ganando 2-0 gracias a Rosiles. Ahí acaba de anotar ese último gol. Entonces digo, la acción aquí continúa. Si ganan aquí en la área, se pueden dar aquí la vuelta. Estamos transmitiendo aquí en vivo el partido completamente en vivo aquí en Storm Lake. Digo, sé que está algo fresquecito, 43 grados aquí en la área de Storm Lake ahorita, pero se puede venir para acá, saque su chamarra, lo que sea, y venga a disfrutar y apoyar aquí a los muchachos de Storm Lake Tornadoes.
Time of the goal is 12:48. Rosiles from Kevin Duque on the assist. It's 2-0 green and white. Gerardo Rosiles with both of Storm Lake's opening goals here for the 2018 season. A header deflected out of bounds off Storm Lake, and it's going to stay with Humboldt in the tornado end. The Wildcats backs against the wall now. Don't want to give Storm Lake any kind of momentum. as they want to dig themselves out of an early hole. Still waiting on our first substitution of the game, but Storm Lake with a 2-0 lead. An odd-angle shot from Gerardo Rosales, and looked like the goalie Osborne just had his legs cave out from underneath him. That ball's cleared out of bounds by the sweeper. Nunez and Humboldt, with their best field position of the game, they're going to get a throw it in from just off to the right side of the Storm Lake goal box. Plays this one ahead and headed first by Nunez. Deflected back out, and Storm Lake's going to get the clear for Rodriguez. Rodriguez tried to chip it for Mulgate, went too high and off a Humboldt foot, and Mulgate back on top of it. Push this one ahead. Rosales coming in, looking for an early hat trick, and he's going to be bumped off the play by Wolf. Rosales has it right back, looking to center a pass, brings it back out, shot, score! Wow. Gerardo Rosales with his third goal. This one with 25:53 to play in half number one. How about that, JC?
Oh my goodness. And how much time we got left right now?
25:03.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Gerardo Rosales otra vez de nuevo, esta vez con su tercer gol del partido. Apenas todavía nos quedan unos 25 minutos aquí en este primer tiempo. Entonces nos queda demasiado tiempo aquí en este juego. Pero bueno, Gerardo Rosales no está gastando nada de tiempo. Como les digo, señoras y señores, acaba de anotar su tercer gol del partido. Storm Lake ahorita va ganando 3-0 contra Humboldt.
So the first hat trick of the year is going to go to Gerardo Rosales. He had one 2 years ago when Storm Lake beat Humboldt here 17-1. Martinez with it, and he'll push this one ahead. That's going to be deflected out by Humboldt, and they'll get a momentary clear. But Mulgay, who had the assist on that last goal, has it tracked down to the Humboldt end. Pushing this one ahead for Seasons, looking to center a pass. It'll go cross wing, it'll go to Scully. He had his pass deflected, but gets right back on top of it. Scully looking to center it across. Bringing this one ahead. Got deflected nearly, and able to come away with it is going to be Martinez. Back out toward the center of the box. Storm Lake just avoided a handball as the player went falling. Duque had it knocked in, and nearly an own goal as that one went deflecting on net, and it's going to be covered up by the netminder Osborne. So Rosales got his third goal of the game at the 14:07 mark. Assist went to Lamar Mulgay, and it's 3-0 Storm Lake. Gerardo Rosales with 3 goals here in the first 15 minutes of the season. And it gives Storm Lake a 3-0 lead. Duque with the ball center of the field. He splits 3 Humboldt defenders, now looking in with Storm Lake on the odd man rush. Plays this one ahead for Rodriguez. A nice defensive play by the Humboldt sweeper. He was able to get a foot on that one and clear it down. That was Torres that time making the play for the Wildcats. 24-28 to go until halftime. It's 3-0 Storm Lake. And the Tornadoes get their first corner kick of the game. It's got to be Rodriguez to do the honors as white jerseys flood the box. Rodriguez the approach, low line drive, high off the head of Torres, now headed right back in by Seasons, and it's going to be covered up by Osborne. Julius Seasons, the defenseman, was coming up and trying to hammer home his first goal of the season. Storm Lake and Humboldt, a 3-0 lead for the green and white, the season opener for Storm Lake, the defending Lakes Conference champions for the past 3 years. That's deflected out of bounds off of Humboldt and Estepanian. The Tornadoes are going to throw it in just behind the center line, their half of the field. That's going to be Seasons on it. The Tornadoes starting left back, pushes this one ahead for Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to curl around, play this one back for Seasons on his own end. Seasons will cross the field. Pushing this one for Duque, he finds 2. Now back to Duque as he crosses the center line. Duque across, entering the Humboldt zone. Got deflected away from him by Wolf and played back out, but right to Nunez. Nunez is going to come up, look to attack, dish this one forward and off the head of Nunez. And a battle for the ball, and Storm Lake comes away with it. Here's Rosales in space again. Chip this one down, looking ahead. Rosales trying to jump the goalkeeper, who was aggressive and come out to play, and it goes sailing over top the crossbar. That time, Osborne decided to be aggressive, and I guess if you're not going to stop Rosales' shot, you might as well stop it from developing.
Gerardo Rosales ahí brincando sobre el portero, digo, casi anota su cuarto gol del partido. Y bueno, pues a ver, todavía nos quedan unos 22 minutos aquí en este primer tiempo. Pero Gerardo Rosales, él no está gastando nada de tiempo. A ver, quiere terminar este partido bien rápido, ya para irse a la casita a donde sí está calientito. Porque les digo, aquí ahorita 43 grados aquí en el área de Storm Lake. Algo fresquecito. A ver, los muchachos están jugando muy, pero muy bien. Ahí para que se den la vuelta, vengan a apoyar aquí a todos los muchachos.
We'll have a goal kick coming for Humboldt. 22:34 left to go in half number one. 3-0 Storm Lake on top. Gerardo Rosales with all 3 goals for the green and white. Mulgay, the first to it, got poked away from him, and Estepanian has it near center. It's going to be Scully coming ahead, dish this one ahead. It's going to be Scully for Rosales, who has the 3 goals in the game. Estepanian on him, forces a bad pass, and Gonzalez is on it now for Humboldt. Plays this one back. Got deflected away by Rios fighting for the ball. Rios had it poked away from him, but right to Duque. Duque Back for Rios, tried to sidestep one defender, it did, but not a second. Wolf is back on top of it, and Wolf is going to look to clear this one out toward the tornado end. He does, but right to Nunez. Nunez is going to find two. Two bringing it up the right wing side. Storm Lake on top. 3-0 here on the lawn and StormLakeRadio.com. Plays this one up right wing side. It'll go to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with one man on him. That's Cameron Beach. Sidesteps the play. Tried to center a pass, but nobody was there as it goes off the head of a Humboldt defender and played back out towards center. But AWA2 is back on it, looking to reset for the green and white. 2 is going to find Martinez, and Martinez curling around, looking to set something up for Storm Lake. Plays this one on over to Seasons, who had it hop his foot, but is able to regain it, save from going out of bounds, and play it back to Mulgay. Mulgay back for Nunez in his own end. Nunez will cross it. He'll give it on over to AWA2. And 2 looking to bring it up the right wing side and set something up for the green and white. Field has been tilted in Storm Lake's favor here in the early going. Duque bumped off the play. Humboldt player went falling, and we play on. It's going to be Torres who went sprawling, comes away with the ball. Plays this one back on over to Martinez. Martinez slicing through a couple of defenders. Out toward the center of the field. Centers a pass for Duque. Duque had his pass intercepted and broken up, but he gets right back on top of it. Duque bringing this one back out, and a deflected pass right to Nunez at smack dab in the center of the field. Plays this one ahead for Razilis, bounces off his chest. Humboldt gets a foot on it. They'll play it back out to center, and Nunez with a deep ball to play this one back toward the Humboldt goal box. And he whips the attack to a Humboldt defender. Scully will jump on top of it, and he couldn't save it from going out of bounds. Nearly another good opportunity for Storm Lake, but Humboldt back on top of it, and we will get our first sub of the ball game coming in for Humboldt. And that looks to be Tyler Bowden, a junior, who's going to come in for the first time. So Storm Lake on top 3-0 with 20-12 left to go in half number 1. Season opener for the third-ranked Tornadoes, Humboldt 0-1. They fell in their opener Monday night as Rodriguez fights for her ball, got deflected out, and we'll have a corner kick coming up for Storm Lake. Humboldt had a 3-2 lead with 1:03 to go in their season opener Monday night, got a yellow card inside the goal box, led to a penalty kick which was made, and then Greene County scored the winner with 5:22 to go in overtime, beating Humboldt 4-3. 2 with the ball. Up to the top of the goal box, playing it from the point. They'll find Rios coming in. Rios bumped off the play and taken away. They'll let him play on. A little bit of contact, but they play through it. And it's going to be deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Storm Lake, who will throw it in deep in the Humboldt end. We've reached the halfway mark here in half number 1, and Storm Lake on top. High score of 3-0. 2 with the ball. Low line drive, and that's going to be a shot steering wide, and that'll go out of bounds. And a goal kick coming up for Humboldt.
Bueno, pues 19 minutos y 15 segundos nos quedan aquí, entonces estamos a la mitad de este primer tiempo, ¿ok? Entonces, a ver, todavía la pizarra todavía marca 3-0 Rosiles con los 3 goles de este partido. A ver, algo que quiero anunciarles nomás, este es el primer partido de Storm Lake de esta temporada, entonces apenas van empezando su temporada. Humboldt, en el otro lado, bueno, pues ellos han jugado un juego. A ver, lo perdieron el otro día contra Greene County, perdieron contra ellos, hay 4-3, quedó la pizarra ahí marcada al fin de todo el partido, pero entonces a ver, Storm Lake apenas va empezando su temporada, y bueno, pues digo, el primer juego y cómo están jugando muy bien, entonces ahí les damos todo lo mejor aquí a los muchachos de aquí de Storm Lake, y bueno, también muchas gracias a todos ustedes que están escuchando hoy nuestra transmisión aquí desde Storm Lake, Iowa.
So with it, it is going to be Duque. After a sidestep from Skelly, he plays this one back into his own end for Nunez. Nunez, the tornado sweeper, is going to push this one ahead. Got behind the defense, did Rios, but the stretch pass too far, and that's going to go out of bounds. Well defended by Wolf, who's going to get the throw in for Humboldt. Storm Lake leading 3-0. 18:08 to play here in half number 1 at Tornado Stadium. Storm Lake the takeaway with Seasons, but his pass is going to be intercepted. Played back out towards center, and Duque, sidestepping one defender, got back on top of it. Got by a second, but then poked away from Martinez. Gonzalez is on it, the leading scorer both last season and this season for Humboldt. 21 goals a year ago, and then 2 Monday night at Greene County as that steers out of bounds into the Humboldt bench. And we will have a throw-in coming for the Wildcats near the center of the field. We'll have our first Storm Lake sub coming up in the next opportunity. We get one. Played back out, Storm Lake has it, and they'll play it back to Mulgay. Mulgay, the Morningside football commit, is going to dish this one back to Nunez. Nunez will tap this one across center of the field. Got deflected away, but Rodriguez back to 2. 2 is going to bring this one across. His first season playing defense, and AWA looks really comfortable back there early on. Rodriguez with it now at the center of the field. Dishes this one back. It's going to be Martinez with it. Martinez really likes playing Humboldt, it seems. He's got 7 career goals in 2 games against the Wildcats. Ask him if there's anything particular about this team that he likes playing against. He kind of likes their defensive style, but he feels it's suitable to a player like him and his strengths that he likes to attack the kind of defense they run. Played back to the right wing side for Duque. It's going to be in deep for Scully in the corner. Scully looking, has it poked away from him, saves it from going out of bounds. Scully looking for help. He's got one on him. It's going to be Estepania, dishes this one across for 2, who's coming into attack. Looking, he hits an odd angle shot. Off the header, it goes in! Storm Lake takes a 4-0 lead. A beautiful cross from AWA2. And able to get the goal is Andy Rodriguez.
Andy Rodríguez ahí de cabecita, señoras y señores, ahí acaban de anotar. A ver, ahora 4-0 a Storm Lake. Va ganando sobre Humboldt. Ahorita les quiero nomás decir ahí, digo, estaba bellísimo este gol. Algo de cabecita, algo de acción ahí. Bueno, pues a ver, seguimos aquí con acción. A ver, ahora Storm Lake 4-0 sobre Humboldt.
So Andy Rodriguez with his first goal this season. He had 2 last year, and he gets the 4th of the year for Storm Lake. Assist from AWA2, time the goal 23-27. It gives Storm Lake a 4-0 lead. Humboldt looking to regroup. Storm Lake chip and chase in deep. Rosiles one on them with the netminder, shoots and scores. Gerardo Rosiles with his 4th of the game, and Storm Lake leads at 5-0 now.
Gerardo Rosiles dice que él no quiere dejar la acción, señoras y señores. A ver, acaba de anotar su 4º gol de este partido. Ahora Storm Lake ganando 5-0. Todavía nos quedan 16 minutos y 18 segundos aquí en el primer tiempo. Los Tornados, eso sí, a ver, ellos quieren seguir jugando. Dicen que quieren terminar el partido primero, porque bueno, pues dicen que al llegar a los 10 puntos el partido se termina. Me imagino que ellos han de tener algo de frío y dicen, no, ya queremos terminar este juego para irnos a las casitas donde sí está bien calientito.
Storm Lake with 2 goals in a span of 9 seconds. Rosiles from Rios at the 23-36 mark. It gives Storm Lake a 5-0 lead. We are under 16 to play here in half number 1. And Humboldt looking to attack as they get it down to the Storm Lake end. Wolf will push this one across, but it's going to be on top of it is going to be AWA2. 2 for Scully. And Scully just saves it, hugs the line, and saves it from going out of bounds. And let's see, nope, they're going to give a late whistle. They're going to say it's going to be Humboldt going to throw it in. So it's going to be Wolf throwing this one to the corner, bumped off the play. And we get a whistle, and they're going to say hand check is going to be called against AWA2. First Storm Lake sub of the game is in. That's Ricardo Magana. He's a senior. He is making his varsity debut. Primarily plays the forward spot. He's another utility guy. A lot of these Storm Lake guys can play everywhere. There's a shot. It goes steering wide of the crossbar. And fortunate for Storm Lake that that was Dysberg that time. Didn't get a clean foot on it because that went sailing high and wide. But he had an open look at the netminder Ventura. So Storm Lake on top of the 15-minute mark.
Storm Lake haciendo su primer cambio aquí en el partido con 14 minutos. Entra Ricardo Magaña aquí al partido. A ver, entonces apenas va a entrar aquí. Quiere hacer algo contra esta acción, dice, ¿verdad? Dice, él está mirando aquí la pizarra. Dice, no, pues a ver, si ellos están anotando, yo también quiero parte de esta acción, señoras y señores. Entonces, a ver, digo, para que se venga a dar aquí la vuelta y disfrutar de este partido, en realidad sí se está poniendo muy, pero muy bueno.
So we got the 15-minute mark upon us here in half number 1. And Storm Lake on top, 5-0. Estepanian with it, has his pass deflected away and stolen by AWA2. Here's Rosiles playing this one down. After it is going to be Magana, and it's going to be cleared out. And a corner kick is going to be coming up for Storm Lake as Mason was able to get it out. But Magana's got speed, and he's fresh, just coming into the game. So they were looking for the opportunity right there. We'll have a few more Storm Lake subs coming in once we get the opportunity. But a goal kick, and a corner kick is going to come for the green and white on the left side. Rios will take it. Low line drive, headed in by Rosiles. Off the corner kick, and Gerardo Rosiles has got 5.
Tiro de esquina y Rosiles con la cabecita dice que él quiere otro gol. Y bueno, pues a ver, ahora Storm Lake ganando 6-0 sobre Humboldt. Entonces, a ver, Rosiles llegó a jugar en este día, señoras y señores. A ver si se está poniendo muy bueno. Él tiene 5 de los 6 goles. Y les digo, lo acaba de anotar de cabecita. Now, that was, is that his second one?
That is Rico's second assist.
Yeah, but, okay, so the previous one, that was also a little header too. Was it by Rosiles too?
No, that was by
His second header, I think.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. No, so, man, these guys, they showed up to play today, huh?
A 6-0 lead for the green and white. 5 goals for Gerardo Rosiles. Eric Romo's in the ball game, sophomore forward. Last season, 4 goals and 2 assists. 4 goals with just 8 shots on goal. He was another guy very efficient from a season ago. We have 13:41 to play in the first half. 6-0 Storm Lake on top. Gerardo Rosiles scores his 5th goal of the game. Assist from Rios, his 2nd. That came at the 26:06 mark in half number 1. The green and white on top, fit in their own end of the field. Duque with it, had it poked away from him. Now back out to the center of the field. Romo was on it, and Romo will find Duque. Duque looking across the center line, got poked away, and steering, trying to save it from going out of bounds. It was Scully, gave a good effort for it, wasn't able to get back on top of it. Also into the game for Storm Lake, Milton Duarte. He is a junior midfielder. He's making his varsity debut. It's going to be Lamar Moge on it now for Storm Lake, as he'll look to push this one across center. And battle for the ball, has got it poked away and deflected out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Storm Lake. The final Storm Lake sub that came in was Harrison Flores, a sophomore defenseman. He is also making his varsity debut. So few spots to fill from the Storm Lake graduates a season ago, but a lot of experience on the team nonetheless. Play back on net for Ventura. He'll push this one out towards center. Getting ahead on it, Humboldt had a man with Wolf, but Duque is back on top of it, finds Scully. Scully coming up the right wing side. Beach was on it, got deflected away, and now played back into the Humboldt end. Romo in a battle for it with Wolf. Wolf shielding really doesn't have an option. He doesn't want to have to send it out of bounds, but might be his best option. Has his pocket picked by Romo. Scully with a high ball. That's going to go on goal and looking to set up for the header, and he just went too high for Flores. Plays this one back out. Looking to rip a shot, taking one, putting this one on net, off the head, and deflected out of bounds by the netminder. That was Osborne. The timeline is down, isn't it?
Y bueno, pues a ver, tenemos unos problemitas aquí con la transmisión sobre el radio, pero si usted está escuchando ahorita aquí a través de nuestra página de Juan 99.9 Radio, @tocando lo que le gusta en la página de Facebook, bueno, seguimos con acción. A ver, ahorita los Tornados ganando 6-0 con 11 minutos y 42 segundos nos queda. Entonces, a ver, algo fresquecito, pero bueno, pues a ver, los muchachos, de eso sí no les importa. Rosiles, a ver, ahorita lleva 5 de los 6 goles. Y bueno, digo,
we're down.
Muy impresionante todo este partido. Entonces, a ver, digo, ahorita están esperando echar aquí la pelota, tirarla para regresar aquí a la acción.
Okay, we'll get it back. Hold it here in a sec. Yep. What? Who scored? Storm Lake on top, 6-0 as we hit the 11-minute mark here in half number 1. Storm Lake taking on Humboldt, and we're glad to have you with us here on the one at stormlakeradio.com. Plays this one in. Coming in is going to be Romo. Got deflected away from him, and right back on top of it is Stepania. And coming away with it, Storm Lake looking to play this one indeed. Coming in on the right wing side, looking, centering a pass, got deflected away and too far for everybody as that one goes steering out of bounds. But another good luck for Storm Lake.
Bueno, pues a ver, también quiero dar otro anuncio aquí. Muchas gracias a todos los que nos están ayudando aquí a patrocinar, a presentar esta presentación aquí de soccer, aquí de fútbol de los muchachos de Storm Lake. A ver, también quiero mandar un saludito para los amigos aquí de Iowa Auto Sales. A ver, recuerden visitarnos ahí. Con esta temporada de las taxas ahorita, todos nosotros tenemos ahí algo de dinero que podemos usar ahí extra, ¿verdad? Entonces ahí para que vayan a comprar ahí su vehículo, visite Iowa Auto Sales, localizado en el 322 West Milwaukee, aquí en Storm Lake. Me puede llamar ahí al negocio al 712-291-1835 Iowa Auto Sales. A ver, también quiero mandar un gran saludito aquí a los amigos de Maximum Drywall Service aquí de Storm Lake. A ver, un nuevo negocio aquí en la área de Storm Lake, ofreciendo ahí panelas de yeso. A ver, para contactarse ahí con ellos, ustedes pueden llamar ahí a Isabel Sánchez al 712-730-2134. A ver, ese número otra vez, 712-730-2134, Maximum Drywall Service aquí de Storm Lake. Y el último negocio, a ver, también quiero mandar un saludito para los amigos ahí de Tienda Shalom número 2. A ver, con dos localizaciones. A ver, la primera en Denison, Iowa. A ver, acaban de abrir una tienda aquí. Esta es la tienda número 2, ofreciendo ahí de varias cosas. Ofrecen ropa deportiva, al igual que ropa casual. También zapatos, tienen de todo, en realidad tienen de todo. Además, reparación de pantallas de celulares, al igual que tabletas y computadoras. También activaciones de teléfonos. Hay con varios servicios como Page Plus, H2O, Net 10 y muchos más. Recuerde visitar los 609 North Lake Avenue aquí en Storm Lake, o también puede llamar al 712-269-4925.
We are aware there are technical difficulties with the radio stream. We know we're still broadcasting online, so we are glad to have you with us. Storm Lake on top, 6-0 here in the first half, 8:43 to play. I think we should be good to go now. Here we go. So Storm Lake with it, back into their own end. Mulgay is going to push this one forward and deflect it out of bounds. Storm Lake on top of it. They'll play it back into their own end with Ventura. And Ventura, coming out of his net, is going to push this one on over to Duarte. Duarte will find Martinez, and Martinez looking to bring across the center of the field. Plays this one back for Mulgay. Mulgay in his own end looking to push it forward. Mulgay on over to the wing, now sidestepping one defender, back to Mulgay. Mulgay looking to push this one across. It's going to be Duarte again, and had it go between his legs and back on top of it for Storm Lake. That is a newcomer to the ball game, and with it, Brian Munoz, a freshman, the lone freshman on the Tornado roster. He's a defenseman. Pushing this one forward, it's going to be Duarte. Munoz back on top of it. Back to his older brother, Carlos Munoz, who is in the lineup as well, a junior playing defense. Now looking to work this one across. Storm Lake and Humboldt, season opener for the green and white. 7.5 minute mark of half number one. A 6-0 lead for Storm Lake. Gerardo Rezilis with 5 goals, and then the other coming from Andy Rodriguez. That one's going to be deflected out of bounds off a Storm Lake chest, and it'll stay with Humboldt. Again, we apologize that we lost connection with the radio earlier. It should be all fixed now. So with it, Storm Lake out toward the center of the field and back on top of it. They play this one back for Carlos Munoz, and Munoz will look to push this one across. Storm Lake leading 6-0 as we hit the 7-minute mark, and it's going to be Mulgay getting ready to set it up and send it across. After today, Storm Lake is on the road at Fort Dodge. That'll be a varsity 1 o'clock start on Saturday. The JV to follow at 2:30. JV will get their season underway tonight around 6:30. Varsity had the opportunity to play first. Brian Munoz with it, brings it across the center line. Munoz will dish this one back on over to Martinez, who brings it across the center of the field. Pushes one ahead, then got deflected back. Humboldt on top of it, looking to push it across the center, but Mulgay is on it. Mulgay for Rodriguez. Bring this one on back, and now looking to bring it across. Green and white will play it back into their own end and play this one on net for George Ventura. 6:12 to go in half number one. A 6-0 lead for Storm Lake. Trying to get back to the state tournament for a 3rd straight season. We begin our quest for it this evening. Brian Munoz with it up the right wing side. They'll find Duarte coming across. Duarte with Estepanian on him. You'll find coming across Munoz once again. Munoz looking to bring this one back. Got deflected away and poked near center of the field. Places one into the Storm Lake end, but Mulgay right back on top. It dishes one ahead for Rodriguez. Rodriguez sidestepping an offender and bringing this one back. And the Tornadoes will reset with Carlos Munoz as the left back. You've got Munoz and Munoz centering, making it sandwiching in the 4 defensemen. Carlos on the left and then Brian on the right. Melton with it, he'll find Carlos looking to bring this one across. Storm Lake controlling in their own end. And trying to push this one up left wing side.
A ver, unos 5 minutos nos quedan aquí en este primer tiempo. Storm Lake empezando su temporada el día de hoy con este primer partido. A ver, entrando a cada temporada, cada año, pues cada equipo tiene la misma meta, ¿verdad? Les gustaría llegar a jugar al nivel estatal. A ver, Storm Lake está tratando de llegar a esa meta por la 3ª vez consecutiva este año. A ver, estos últimos 2 años sí han llegado, hace 2 años llegaron al campeonato. Ahí desafortunadamente perdieron ahí el gran campeonato, pero bueno, pues a ver, digo, esta es una temporada nueva, jugadores nuevos, entonces a ver, apenas va empezando todo esto, a ver qué nos tiene ahí en el futuro para los muchachos de aquí de Storm Lake. Hablando del futuro, bueno, pues a ver, los muchachos de aquí de Storm Lake siguen con la acción el sábado a la 1 de la tarde en Fort Dodge. A ver, este juego no lo vamos a estar transmitiendo, el segundo partido que vamos a estar transmitiendo será el martes. Entonces nomás les quiero recordar que si usted no está ocupado este sábado, lo que sea, quiere ir a apoyar a los muchachos, van a estar en la acción en Fort Dodge arrancando a la 1 de la tarde.
Here's Eric Romo with a long stretch pass from Munoz coming in. It's going to be deflected out of bounds by Beach and did about all he could, but we'll have a corner kick coming up for Storm Lake. A Tornado turnover in their own end nearly resulted in a scoring chance for the Wildcats, but could not pull the trigger quick enough. We're going to get the corner coming up for Storm Lake. And he'll bring bring this one back out. One more newcomer came in for Storm Lake. That's Marcos Razilis. He is a sophomore midfielder. Last season did have a cup of coffee with the varsity lineup. Ended up bringing up 1 assist. It's going to be deflected out of bounds, and it'll be a Storm Lake throw-in coming from about the center line. It's going to be Duarte to do the honors. Duarte throws this one on over to Mulgay. Mulgay near the center of the field, looking to bring it across. Curls it back, and he'll play this one back for Storm Lake last man, and this time it's going to be Carlos Munoz. He plays this one ahead as he spells Edgar Nunez for just a little bit. Bumped off the play. Gonzalez is back on top of it for Humboldt and deflected away. That nearly handball, but they play on. It's going to be Carlos with it for Mulgay. Mulgay's now taking over at the left back position, pushing this one forward and across. Battle for the ball, and coming away with it. Magana had it poked away from him. That'll go out of bounds. Torres was the last man to touch it, and a throw-in's going to come for Storm Lake on the far side. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. It is 6-0 Storm Lake. You are listening to Storm Lake Tornado Soccer on the wall at stormlakeradio.com. That pass got deflected, sent out of bounds off Humboldt, and a throw-in coming for Storm Lake in front of the Humboldt bench. Get this one into Magana coming across, and offside's going to be called.
Y bueno, pues a ver, un detalle sencillo aquí, pero interesante que quiero compartir aquí con ustedes. A ver, Kevin Buchanan, a ver, el jugador número 11 de aquí de Storm Lake. A ver, en su último temporada aquí de fútbol aquí en Storm Lake, bueno, pues él ha firmado para ir a jugar para Warburg, para este año que viene. A ver, él ahorita tiene el récord, bueno, todavía no ha llegado, perdón. Le faltan 7 goles para llegar a romper el récord de los más goles que han anotado aquí en la historia de Storm Lake. Entonces, a ver, ahorita el año pasado tuvo 30, nomás les faltan 7 para este año. Me imagino que sí va a pasar ese récord y lo va a pasar, pero muy bien. Entonces, a ver, le deseamos todo lo mejor a Kevin Buchanan, al igual que a todos los jugadores de este año aquí en esta temporada. Arrancando aquí con este primer partido el día de hoy. A ver, ahorita van ganando 6-0. A ver, nomás nos queda 1 minuto y medio antes de que lleguemos al medio tiempo.
Well, long stretch pass for Humboldt nearly resulted in a scoring chance for Estepanian, but really well defended by Duarte, who shielded the ball, then threw it back off Estepanian as this one goes deflecting out of bounds. It'll be off Storm Lake, so Humboldt's going to get a throw in deep in the Storm Lake end. Final 90 seconds of half number 1. It's a 6-0 lead for the green and white. And to do the honors, it's going to be Wolf to pull the trigger. Wolf will look and look, scan the field. And he'll throw this one back up to the top of the box, and curling down and looking to slice in, but never got on cleanly, was James Gould, a freshman who had come in and sends that one out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick coming up for Storm Lake as we hit the 1 minute mark left in half number 1. A 6-0 lead for Storm Lake. Gerardo Razilis with 5 goals for the green and white in that first half. Spectacular first half for him. It's going to be Ventura. He's going to let some time wind off the clock. We're under 50 seconds to go. He approaches, and he'll send this one high arcing ball out toward the center of the field. And Humboldt with Wolf is going to be the first one on top of it. Plays this one back but turns it over. It's going to be Rosales coming in. Had it poked away from him, deflected out of bounds by Humboldt, and that'll kill a little bit of clock. Not a bad play for them. Storm Lake's going to get the throw in deep in the Humboldt end with 30 seconds to play. They get to it quickly, and once again deflected out. Metzger was on it. Storm Lake quickly throws it back in. Magana with it on the left side. Magana in deep, left wing corner, into a double team, bumped off the play but stayed with it. Brings this one down. That one sent weak and wide of the net, but able to get on top of it is going to be Osborne with 10 seconds left in the half. Osborne holding and waiting. He is content. He's going to put a boot into this one and punts it out toward the center line. Mulgay is on it for Storm Lake. Mulgay at the center of the field, and the first half will come to an end with Storm Lake